questions and answers.
I'm Danger Dolan, and I'm here to blow your mind with truth.
Bethany JVA asks, why do people use green screens rather than another color?
Well, we tried using other colours first, but none of them were see-through. Green works the best. I even have my own green suit, ready to disappear in the blink of an eye. Behold.
Nothing happened.
Oh no? Look closer. You can clearly see I dropped at least 2 shades of green. On the right background, I would be invisible.
Wow. Amazing. Chroma keying is a visual effects technique that replaces a chosen color with a different color or background. Green screens are used predominantly for chroma keying because green is the color that conflicts the least with clothing, human skin, and hair tone. Artie Hardy asks, why do we have sand on our eyes when we wake up?
That sand comes from the Sandman who visits you at night. He's the one who ensures you have a good night's sleep. Just don't open your eyes and look at him.
Hello? What are you doing? Why are you covering people in sand?
It's just my thing, okay? I love sand!
The sand-like substance that builds up in the corner of your eyes when you sleep is called eye discharge, or rheum. It is a combination of mucus, oil, and skin cells, and it serves to protect your eye by removing waste products that could be harmful to it. The reason it doesn't build up while we are awake is that as we blink, we flush away the rheum before it can harden. Chief Surgeon asks, can cockroaches actually survive a nuclear blast?
Of course, they survived both world wars, didn't they? That's why I feel bad whenever I step on a roach. I probably crushed a veteran. You can tell by how many medals they have.
Got him! How do these things keep getting in here?
No, Melissa, you just crushed Oliver. Do you know what he's been through?
I don't care, it's a pest.
Whoa, you're cold.
Cockroaches would not be able to survive the blast of a nuclear bomb. The intense heat of the explosion would incinerate them. However, cockroaches are naturally resilient to radiation due to the simple design of their bodies, and because they have a much slower cell cycle than humans. They would have a much easier time surviving the aftermath of an explosion than we would. Rick Two Tails asks, is it possible to die from eating spicy food?
If you eat some mild spice, it'll make your mouth tingle. If you eat some hot spice, it'll let you breathe fire like a dragon. And then if you eat the hottest spice that you can find in existence, you combust and die.
A lot of spicy dishes are often made with chili peppers, which contain a chemical called capsaicin. Capsaicin is a neurotoxin, and in large enough doses, it can cause seizures, heart attacks, and even death. Thankfully, we would have to eat about 3 pounds of the world's hottest chili peppers in one sitting for it to be fatal, but you should still be careful. Nabs asks, why do cars drive on the opposite side of the road in some countries?
Well, in other countries, they do all sorts of weird things, like speak other languages, sometimes to get things right, but in this case, they are wrong. I, for one, think there should be only one lane on roads, and everyone just has to deal with it.
That would be chaos!
No, it'd weed out the bad drivers.
Bad drivers? You mean like you?
What are you talking about? I'm fantastic. Our bloody road's chockers. Get out of the way, you strongos. What is wrong with these people?
Dolan, you're in the wrong lane!
What? Lanes?
Most countries that drive on the left side of the road are former British colonies, although there are some exceptions. The idea of traveling on the left side of the road goes back to the time of the horse riders, who would keep their right arm free for their weapon. In later years, where wagons became popular, many countries began traveling on the right, as it was easier for the wagon rider to avoid collisions with passerbys while holding the horse whip in their right hand. Andrew Lion asks, is it possible to control the weather?
Well, Nixium can freeze things by touching him, so I'm sure he could just conjure up a blizzard if he wanted. He might also be able to make corpses rain from the sky, but I don't think that's kind of weather people get excited for. Yeah, both of them would just ruin your trip to the beach. Bloody beach is as hectic as the road!
While we are not able to summon lightning storms or blizzards, scientists over the last century have been working on a form of weather modification known as cloud seeding. Cloud seeding is the process of spreading substances into the air, such as silver iodide, in order to produce rainfall. So far, it seems that the process is far from reliable and not considered very effective. Thor Heatman asks, Can sharks swim backwards or go upside down?
Some say it's impossible, but I know that sharks can do much more than swim backwards. With the right motivation, they can break the laws of physics. They're like the animal equivalent of a boomerang. Here, I'll show you. Come on, Sharky. Come get the treat. I don't think he's coming back.
Hey Dolan, where's the shark I was looking after? I can't see it in the tank.
Melissa, he has moved on.
Sharks do not have the ability.
YouTube channel name. So that's X and X. Who votes for X and X? We got one. X, that's an 8. Okay. And live in the life. No votes for living the life. Okay. Forever gamer. No.
What? People
One.
take these.
We got one. Forever Vex. Do you like that one, Tristan? We got one for Forever Vex. I don't like it.
Mason, did you raise your hand or raise yours?
Okay. And then React Lead Weekly.
It's still all good. I still like Forever Gamer.
Okay, so we have the 3 then. Now we need to pick between them.
Forever Gamer.
X and
Ability to swim backwards since their pectoral fins cannot bend upwards like a fish. This means sharks are limited to swimming in a forward motion, while turning to avoid collisions. Sharks also cannot swim upside down as they will enter a state of paralysis when flipped over, which some predators, like orcas, will take advantage of when hunting them. Dash 1022 asks, what would happen if we lost our Adam's apple?
Well, if guys lose their Adam's apple, you end up sounding like a girl.
I don't think that's quite true, Dolan.
Oh, you don't think so?
What are you going to say now, Melissa?
Both men and women have Adam's apples, also known as laryngeal prominence. However, a man's Adam apple grows much more during puberty, which causes his voice to deepen far more than a woman's. If for some reason we no longer have them, it's likely that both men and women's voices would be higher. Electricity Meow Kawaii Chloe 111 asks, if you cry in space, will the tears stick to your face or float away?
I think that's the least of your problems. I'd be more concerned about not being able to breathe or your brain leaking out of your skull. Either of those would make me cry.
Dolan, my good ally. I didn't know you had a space station.
How did you get up here?
Oh well, it's kind of embarrassing. I tripped and fell up here.
Yeah, okay.
Because there is no gravity in space, tears will not fall or float away from your eyes when you cry. Instead, they will cling to your eyes and face until wiped away. This can cause visibility issues for astronauts as the clinging tears make it hard to see. Thankfully, they are well trained to deal with any stray tears. Pop-Tart Twins asks, what would happen if our elbows were backwards?
You know the saying, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours? Forget that. Now you'll be able to scratch your own back with ease. Oh, that's the spot. That's it. That is it.
Well, besides being able to scratch your back more easily, it would probably be quite inconvenient for us, since the rest of our body would be forward-facing. Devices and objects that we interact with would have to be redesigned, but it's likely that we would adapt given enough time, however odd it might be at first. Well, anyway, I have to head out. I have a meeting to get to.
Unless you do, I'll drive ya. Even with these backwards arms, I'm still fantastic at this. You get stuffed, you zombie.
This video was made